Hello, viewers. Welcome to TV Metro Mail. You are watching Diversity Delight. Today, we are going to celebrate our diversity. Today, we are going to celebrate the Canadian Multiculturalism Day. Today is 27th June 2020. Every year on this day, we celebrate this Canadian Multiculturalism Day. This year, it is in a bit different way. We all are online. We have basically two couple, Moustafa Makhmoud and Emmanuel. So we like to hear from you, because when we are talking about multiculturalism and diversity in the community, we see that you have those at home. So what are
Unfortunately, Emmanuel is single today. He's single.
It's okay. Probably your partner, your
Yes.
wife is not around today.
Yeah.
But what are the beauty and the benefit of this multiculturalism or the diversity at home? So we like to know your experience. Can we start with Mr. Moustafa Makhmoud and Maria Bhabi?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
I think the benefit, obvious benefit, is we can eat Russian dishes, we can eat Bengali dishes. That's the obvious benefit
That's good.
coming from. Yes, but what most important is, I must say that when you involved in another culture, this is like a new window opens. Like for me, I can enjoy, see now, Russian culture, Russian music, very rich culture, and all the what comes with that. Also, I can enjoy my culture, my poets, my writers, my music, everything. So that, I think, that is one of the most what benefits us be a multicultural family.
Okay. So what about Emmanuel?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for having me, and thanks to Moustafa for sending the invitation. This is the first time I'm having this kind of experience. It's a good thing. Actually, my wife is Russian as well, but I have to say that she, maybe in her previous life, she used to be maybe an African. I think so. Because she loves all the African stuff, and I love Russian stuff too, all the food and everything. So this makes everything to be kind of smooth between us. And
Okay.
so
Okay. So do you see any disadvantage of having someone from diverse background, different background at home? Both of you.
actually, it's not a disadvantage. It's more of an advantage. It's more of an advantage because we share a lot of things, and I've got to know a lot of things about the Russians, and most of the time I don't feel I'm a Russian because I spent so much time in Russia. So now in Canada, still a Canadian. But one thing I just want to say is that it's really good that we're having this experience, and the Multicultural Day has come to actually share this. It's a good thing that we're talking about this, and because this problem that is happening that came to the US is not actually the problem of only blacks, because when if things happen, if blacks go out and talk about this, I think others should support them, because
Definitely.
if the racists come for the blacks, if they get away the blacks, the next what they will think is that yes, they have power. They will go for Asians. They will go for everybody. And by the time they do that, there will be nobody left to support others. So we should all support to stop this problem. It's a very good thing for every one of us, and just live in harmony and peace.
Okay. Definitely, we understand that. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. So,
Yeah.
Moustafa Bhai and Maria Bhabi. So, do you see or do you face any challenge? And we also have a question whether Maria Bhabi knows Bangla. We like to hear a few Bangla words from her. That's okay.
আপনি কেমন আছেন?
আমি ভালো আছি, আপনি ভালো আছেন?
ভালো আছেন।
Okay, so what are the challenges that, if there is any challenge that you are facing?
I think when you see other culture and you live with different people with different culture, first of all, we should respect each other, and we should appreciate living together. Sometimes I feel like we see the same problems, but from the different angles. And this is kind of interesting. You see totally different view on the same on the same issue or problem or everything.
Do we have problems?
We don't have problems, but sometimes we do, as everyone. Okay. And we should be more understanding each other, more patient, more loving.
Okay, thank you very much. Since Doly Begum is here, Doly, I would like to ask you, since you are in politics, that we see that how they are practicing multiculturalism or diversity at home. So they are saying that sometimes they have problem, but otherwise they are fine. Can we draw some lesson from this family life which we need to promote in the community? Do you find something like that?
Absolutely. I think it's beautiful. And in Canada, actually, we see interracial marriages, something that I'm noticing in many of our communities. And obviously, in terms of, we're talking about food, cultural acceptance, in not just accepting, but celebrating, which is the most beautiful part. You're not just accepting something or tolerating something, you're actually celebrating it. And that's what we need. I want to go back to what Emmanuel was talking about as well. We have to support one another. We have to stand up for one another, and making sure that we stand up against discrimination of one group of people and the other groups coming in together is also important, because that's how we can make sure that we stand together, united against any sort of discrimination. That's the only way we can celebrate at home as well as in our communities.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a wonderful event.
You're most welcome anytime.
Dhanyabad.
Dhanyabad. You see, this is the strength of the multiculturalism.
Yes, it's hard. You don't think that it's all like a bed of roses, because people sometimes with the same culture, they can't get along, right? And when you are different culture, when you grew up with rice, another with potatoes, right? These are the daily problems. But the main thing is culture. Yes, you have to accept, you have to get to know the culture. In order to accept that, you have to know a little bit of that culture, because otherwise you will not accept, or just what Doly Begum said, that tolerate. We should not tolerate, but we should accept. We know that we are not nobody is better, nobody is worse. We are different. So we should celebrate that differences. That is a multiculturalism in Canada means.
I know that you have accepted that thing, and that's why we can see Maria Bhabi just beside you. So I'd like to know one thing, that before you know her, you have to learn her culture, or first you knew her and then you started learning her culture? How it worked?
It was at the same time. I came to the concert and I listened songs. I saw then Asian dancing, and then I met my future husband, and slowly he learned more about our culture. I learned more about his culture. And what I realized, I got a lot of new information about the whole beautiful world where he grown up, where his parents were at those times, and he has beautiful family, and it was so interesting to meet with them. So I enjoyed my trips to Bangladesh. It was not easy for me because it was like cultural shock at first, but I enjoyed like simple life in village. I enjoyed simple people, simple food. That's
Okay.
what was important for me.
Thank you. So did you say that in Bangla or in English? That word, you know, you understand what I mean?
Я люблю вас. I love you.
Okay.
Ami
So,
balobashi.
okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mustafa Bhai and Maria Bhavi. Emmanuel, do you like to,
Yes.
you know, say last word?
Well, just some few things. Like my family, multicultural. Our grandchildren, they are absolutely white. You can't imagine. Then the children are mixed. So sometimes I remember there was a time when the grandchildren went to the hospital. There was a Nigerian, a black lady there. When she saw the last name, she was surprised. She said, how can that be?
Yeah.
She said, oh, this can only happen in Canada.
That's the beauty
Because,
of Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emmanuel,
So
what is your background? Could you please tell us what is your background originally? Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Nigeria.
Okay.
I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, where I studied till secondary school. Then I moved to Russia to study. I studied architecture in Russia. Then I worked there for, I was in Russia for 24 years, actually.
Okay. And then what brought you here in Canada?
In Canada, it's 11 years now. 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So
Also
it's
working
a pleasure.
successfully as architect.
Sorry?
Yeah, in
Sorry?
architecture, in his field, he's working successfully.
Okay. Yeah. It's a nice, I like it. I'm working in the architecture company now. In fact, an engineering company, but we do architecture and everything.
Okay.
So I represent the part of the architectural team there.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's
a pleasure meeting every different people and talking to them. I really love that. That's the way I want life to be. We should be friends. We should respect each other.
That's right.
And we should live on.
That's the beauty of Canada. In fact, we all are saying that diversity is our strength. That Dolly also said that, you know, multiculturalism and you know, this diversity, we are very vibrant community. Thank you very much for joining us.
Nislišni v sadu, даже шорохи, все здесь замерло до утра. Если б знали вы, как мне дороги подмосковные вечера. Если б знали вы, как мне дороги подмосковные вечера. Now in Bengali. নিস্তব্ধ বাগানে যেন পাতারাও চুপ সুখের প্রতীক্ষায় মস্কো শহর তলি সেই সন্ধ্যাগুলো কত যে ছিল প্রিয় আমার
Речка движется и не движется, вся из полного серебра. Песня слышится и не слышится в эти тихие вечера.
নদীটা যেন থেমে থেমে বয়ে যায় রূপালি চাঁদের আভায় ভেসে আসা সুর যেন কখনো থেমে যায় এ মধুর নিঝুম সন্ধ্যায়
Что ж ты, милая, смотришь из глаза? Низко сказать все, что на сердце у меня.
কেন যে প্রিয়ে তোমার বাঁকা চাহনি তোলো মাথায় একটুখানি হৃদয়ের যত কথা বলতে কত ব্যথা না বলেও তো হৃদয় ভেঙে যায়
А рассвет уже слезами да, пожалуйста, будь добра, не забудь ты эти летние подмосковные вечера.
Не слышны в саду даже шорохи, все здесь замерло до утра. Если б знали вы, как мне дороги подмосковные вечера.